Well, hello there. It's that time once again. Give me a blog that truly blazes. And here we are, April 15th, 2011, ready to do our blazing blog. This will be my friend Marissa Cohen's last time on Bob's Blazing Tarot blog. Because she's blazing forward. You have so much going on, girl. What's happening? Tell them about it.
Oh, there's so much happening. I've been very lucky. I've had the opportunity to sponsor my good friend April Claxton's CBS radio show. So my company, Happy Ganesh, will have a CBS radio spot when her show airs, which will be Mondays starting May 2nd at 6 o'clock. And that's going to be CBS Radio's The Sky channel, and I think that's thesky.com. You can also go to happyganesh.com and it'll have all the information. So I'll be sponsoring a CBS show, and as a result, I'm going to, of course, have some advertisement involved with CBS, which is great. Yeah. I also am going to have 2 books coming out this summer. One is an astrology book. It's called Creative Astrology.
Wow.
And one is a poetry book called Tricking the Goddess, which will either be released in the beginning of the summer or possibly we might have to push it back to fall. But there's a lot of really exciting things going on both sides of Happy Ganesh, on both the spiritual side and the writing and the editing side. And I'm just thrilled and blessed to be able to do this, because it's something I really love, and happy to have been here for the last 2 years.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to follow. You got to follow your bliss. That's what the blog is all about.
That's very true.
We encourage people to encourage you to follow your bliss, to be true to you. That's what we're about here, is empowering you, not commanding you, not frightening you, not leading you by the nose.
Not terrifying you.
Not terrifying you. But empowering you, okay? So let's look at something powerful. The first card is the last card of the previous week's reading. Now this card is the 3 of Wands, attributed to Sun in Aries. It's called virtue. Now virtue is our inner virtue, our true path, just like I was saying, blazing our path, blazing our way. You may have felt very strong in your heart that your convictions were coming together toward the end of this week, that you had a sense of what you wanted, how you wanted to do it, and exactly what it was that you wanted to achieve, which is the most important thing. Right, Marissa?
Well, what's so great about the fact that this is Sun in Aries is we have right now, like 3, I have my little cheat sheet right here, you can't see it, it's under the camera, 3 or 4, if not 5, major Aries planets right now. We have the Sun in Aries, we have Mars in Aries, we have Jupiter in Aries, we have Uranus in Aries, which is of course that big placement that's there for about 8 or 9 years. There's so much going on in right now. In Aries right now, Mercury is still in retrograde, so it may have felt us, slowing down a little bit on all of our goals and our dreams and our plans, but really just everything is booming and busting at the seams right now for a lot of people. So it's really, really very powerful. We're in a very powerful place. I think if anything, the danger might be going too fast, but because Aries loves to be fast and loves to really do,
Well, that's why we have to be careful, and I've been holding off on getting any more software or placing in new areas because, we are Mercury in retrograde.
Right.
And, that doesn't mean we have to drop everything, can't go forward, but the best, safest thing to do really with that aggressive energy is aggressively review the past.
Right.
Go into old records, into old materials. If you're a creative person like we are, go back into stuff you've already created, maybe dust it off. That's what I've done. I put up some videos that were based on old stuff that I hadn't really done anything with. So there you go.
And that's perfect for retrograde. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the time to go get some trial software.
You're right. You please.
This is not the time to go mount, a screen recorder or
or if you're going to, get the warranty. Because you'll need it.
Yeah. You end up doing it over again. That's what winds up happening. Okay, we don't want to have to do that. Now, as this week progresses, the card that represents the energy surrounding us is the Queen of Discs, or it's also known as Pentacles in the Rider-Waite Tarot. I'm using the Thoth Tarot, so it's a bit of a different depiction. Now, she's obviously attributed to Capricorn. You're looking at the card now, you see the goat of Capricorn standing there proudly. Okay, Capricorn energy is conservative. it is very coherent. It really puts things together very, very carefully. Capricorns think things through. They tend to be very structured. They tend to be conservative. They're going to tend to be very ambitious too. Okay, they'll look at a bigger picture, but they're conservative in a sense as to how they accomplish that. So we're going to find ourselves pulling things together, focusing on mundane things. Of course, this fits perfectly because around that time it's like the 18th.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to be dealing with their taxes. You're either going to be sending it off.
Right, that's a
You're
good
either
point.
going to send it off, or else you're going to be filed for an extension.
Right.
Whatever it is you got to do. And I know a lot of people just won't do their taxes until the evening of the 18th. I mean, it's just the way.
Right.
Some people do it, all right? So our big concern is going to be taking care of number one, putting things together carefully, and manifesting stuff in a structured, careful, coherent way. Go ahead, Marissa, because there's some interesting points with Pluto and Capricorn.
Yeah, in fact, as I'm listening to you talk about all the Capricorn energy that came up in the card, Pluto is in Capricorn right now. It's also Capricorn retrograde. Pluto is a long-term planet. It'll be there for, I want to say, about another 8 or 9 years. It's like a decade-long deal. But it's in retro for like a couple of months. I want to say it goes out of retro in June. But when Pluto's in Capricorn, what it does is it takes a deep, deep look at, which is Pluto, the structure of governments, of long-term situations, of hierarchies, and really looks at them and says, is this working or not? Because the Pluto is going to want to explode it, blow it up, bring it to ground level, and then rebuild. With retrograde, I feel like what's happening is all of the collapses on all of those areas are actually starting to rebuild now. So it's really a time of introspection in building or rebuilding, as the case may be, structure, hierarchy, where you want to go, what you need to build to get there. That's right now.
And what that's leading up for us towards the end of the week, now we're going to have more Earth energy. I was very surprised to see back-to-back, not one but two Earth court cards. Okay, the court cards are like people cards. And the next people card is the Prince of Discs. Okay, now the Prince of Discs is very grounded. It's a Taurus energy. Taurus is very grounded. It's very practical, but it is, as opposed to Capricorn, Taurus is more like, I want to really enjoy. You know, I don't want to climb the mountain. I want to kind of like maybe take pictures of the mountain. Okay? Right. I want to look at the mountain on my widescreen TV as I'm eating the Haagen-Dazs ice cream and relaxing, you know.
In the recliner.
You know, not that Taurus is lazy, just Taurus loves luxury. It's ruled by Venus. Venus is a planet of creativity, abundance, love, attraction. So Taurus will tend to naturally kind of like attract to itself the things that it wants. Capricorn is more like, I got to really go after it, and I got to really just get on it, you know, and just do it. And Taurus is more laid back. Taurus though can be bullheaded because it is the bull, okay? So it can be very stubborn sort of energy, but basically it's fixed Earth, okay? So it's going to be things coming together very strongly. So anything we've been working on to manifest, it's going to start to come about towards the end of this next week. Now, of course, too, we're coming to the end of the retrograde.
Right.
Retrograde's going to be over on the 23rd, right, Marissa?
It's going to be over on the 23rd, but we're still going to have like a week or week and a half long shadow period after. But yeah,
this is true. But the real retrograde energy is done on the 23rd. Yes. So at that point, you know, we can really start to manifest some of the stuff that you've been thinking about doing. Because retrograde's okay for planning, once you're flexible with your plans. You know, you're researching things like that. But doing
and also what's funny is that we'll be moving on the 20th or the 21st, depending what ephemeris you use. We'll be moving into Taurus.
Oh, okay.
Into the Sun in Taurus. We'll be moving into Aries, so that also.
Well, that fits perfectly then.
Does that.
Well, that fits in then. Okay,
it does.
good. Very good.
I just thought of that. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So next week.
Okay, well, next week's going to be very auspicious and some nice transitions, some things occurring that are going to be pleasing. And speaking of pleasing things, to keep track of you and follow all these wonderful things you're doing, how do they do that, Marissa?
You go to happyganesh.com. You can also find Happy Ganesh on Facebook, or you can find Happy Ganesh on Twitter. And so whenever I update the blog, Twitter gets updated, everything gets updated, so it's a great way to keep in contact with me. My office space is still here in Modern Zen, so if you'd like an astrology reading or a mediumship reading Or if you're an aspiring writer and you'd like someone to edit your work or do some creative consulting with you, that's also something that I do because I have about 10 years in higher education as well. And it's been a great 2 years, and I wish everyone all the best and best of luck and beautiful, beautiful things for this year.
Yes, we wish that to you too. We love you. We love you very, very much. We sincerely have appreciated your support. Marissa, who's been on board over a year, appreciate your support. I love her like a sister.
Aww.
Yes, I do. Love this
I
one
love
like
this
a
guy.
sister. This is like a sister to me. Okay,
My Aquarian brother.
She's hung with the blog through thick and thin, and that's what counts as persistence. The blog's going to continue. I'm going to continue doing the blog. At some point, I may get another blog mate.
Okay.
You know, if somebody wanders in, there's the right situation. If not, it's okay. I'm going to continue delivering information. You know, I know some astrology myself. I'll be dishing that out. And I'll do what I have to do to communicate with you and empower you and show my love to you. Okay, friends, we both love you. And until next week, many, many, many blessings.